intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's patch update 70.1. That is our mid-month patch update, and things not going so well. I actually waited quite a bit of time to get this video out. I was actually hoping some things would get fixed, and sadly they did not. So we're going to have to discuss those things today in the video, including the Fatu Cray not working. Galactic Invasions has been canceled this week. An event that we thought launched last month, it worked out pretty well. Well, now it's not working at all, so that's getting pulled. If you have the ability, go ahead and go to your event store because that is working. If you have some Fatu Cray scrap exchange, throw those in there. But as the announcement right there on the screen will show you, this has been pulled and they are going to be releasing a comm chest. The exact reading is, in case y'all are listening to this and not watching it, we're hearing from players who are reporting issues, including not being able to log in. Our message popping up when opening chests and lag. The team is actively investigating these issues and will release updates as we receive them. We'll be canceling Galactic Invasions and associated events, and we'll be running them again at a later date. We will be keeping the Invasion store open and also releasing more information about a compensation chest once today's issues are resolved. So, as you can see, noted problem, and if you happen to have a lot of Fatu Cray scraps laying around, sure, go ahead and turn them in, take advantage of your timers that you can, and we'll see what the comp chest is. But going by what historical precedent is in this game, I'm going to assume that it is not going to be a lucrative comp chest like comparable to what you would have got in terms of max rewards for the Galactic Invasion. Now, if you want to go ahead and, have your frustrations, well, that's what the comment section's for right there. I don't mind. I'm frustrated too, because I personally believe that this is a result. Now, this could absolutely be a correlation equals causation logical fallacy. But I really believe the fact that the game keeps pushing more and more and more is leading to worse and worse and worse. And we had a good 4 or 5 month period where stability and lag had drastically improved. And now we have finally started to see a return back to the norm, which is subpar performance for everybody, not based on just last month's stability scores on the screen, but also just simply based on things like this, where mechanics worked and now they're not through a simple update. Now, it could be something basic. And again, maybe this is just anecdotal frustrations and evidence, but it really does feel like things are moving in a bad direction with this and they've got to restabilize. And my personal opinion, Scopely, stop releasing so much stuff. Yeah, because remember, your general manager said to the VIPs in a Q&A that one of the things that causes so much lag is adding new hostiles and adding new systems, etc. Yeah, let's just take a break, but whatever. Beyond that, let's actually take a look at what was done with this patch update, which I'll be honest, I actually do like a couple of things in here. It's not a lot, but it is something. So personally, I'm a big fan of updates that don't bring in a lot of new, but will fix old things, especially based on player feedback. And the number one thing is actually just that. The Gorn Eviscerator has an ability called Spatial Rip. And when it first came out, myself, other content creators like Ultimate DJ, were expecting it to be a neat tool to allow you to pull lower level players into higher level areas, giving them more access to things and letting teams help their lower levels. That's how I envisioned it. Sadly, that was not the case. Well, this is now being updated. The Gorn Eviscerator is getting an update, allowing it to be that. And I do think this is a great move by Scopely. Sure, absolutely should have been that way the entire time, but I already griped the first 3 minutes. I'm going to give a positive for at least 30 seconds. I actually do really love this. And as you can see by this chart, a level 40 player can now go all the way up to the level 60 systems, right? That's, in my opinion, a welcome change. I really think that that is a drastic improvement to what was a very underwhelming ability. And it's still something that you probably are not going to see a lot of players in the game using. I think that's okay, but it's nice to have that as an ability too, especially if you're, say, the highest level on maybe a newer server. This won't affect my server 20 account very much, but let's just use server 10 as an example. As more of us get down the line, well, there's always going to be that separation. Now, when it finally ascends within the next, 8 months or whatever, and you have players getting that, well, me being able to be like, level 39 or first getting to 40 and then having my high levels pull me into stuff when I haven't gotten the NX01. Now, I don't have a high tier Voyager in research because, I won't have had 6 years worth of time on server 710 like I do on server 20. It'd be nice to have that as an option for us to work together on. So it's a good change. Should have been that way to begin with. Also, I actually think this actually makes the ship look semi-decent. The Spectre Eviscerator skin. Now, this is going to be something that they're going to sell this week. And again, Get things that you think are worth it. I personally don't find much value here. The new Gorn Eviscerator refit is coming to Starship Fleet Command. Has the ability to increase isolated damage by 40% at Ops 40. It scales based on your Ops level, maxing out at 100% Ops 70, and critical hit damage by 70% for all your ships that traverse a spatial rip. So essentially what this skin is doing is kind of how the Titan has a boost and the Cerritos has a boost. You're going to get a boost if you use a spatial rip. So if you come through a rip, it applies. I think it's a neat concept. Obviously these numbers are big numbers. Power creep is power creep. But would it be something that I personally whip out the old wallet for, get Gengar out and be like, hey, let's swipe it? No, but at the same time, I do like it. Maybe if they offer a free-to-play path, I'll get it eventually. Or if you are a spender, maybe you find value in being able to boost all your lower level players, as we just talked about, with the spatial rip ability. Honestly, I just like it because it looks aesthetically pleasing. Like cosmetics, I like. I actually like that it's all, a two-tone look and it all kind of flows a bit better. The nacelles don't look as ridiculous. Because if you remember on the Gorn Eviscerator, it's like they took a Gorn ship and duct tape Federation nacelles on it. Why? I don't know. But they did. So, yay, design. But regardless of the reason, hey, whatever. I think it looks nice, and sometimes that's a reason to go after something for some players. Other improvements, this is going to be mostly for our G6 players, but G6 Solar Armadas were spawning in queue trials. Why? Who knows? But that's not the point. It was happening. So they fixed it. G6 players will be happy to learn that an improvement was made to exclude G6 Armadas from queue trials. Which, let's be honest, they shouldn't be there. No Armada should be spawning in a queue trial. I'd argue a lot of things shouldn't be spawning in a queue trial, but definitely not an Armada. That doesn't make any sense. So that's been fixed. So that's good. Back to our game screen. Yeah, we're having issues today. Obviously, the lag is problematic. Hopefully, you are able to get all your dailies done. And hopefully, just hanging out with me to be able to vent a little bit, talk a little bit, and talk about the good and the bad makes the day a little bit better. I will say this. I appreciate you. I think y'all are amazing. And I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun on server 710. Having a lot of fun on server 720. I'm sorry, just 20, not 720. That one hasn't come out yet. But I think server 713 did just launch. So way too many out there. But I will say this. Love the game, but we absolutely as a community have got to continually push them to make it better. And by making it better, that doesn't mean releasing, a fleet commander, a building, a new loop. And, what we've had like 9 new loops this year. And, we just got artifacts, but those artifacts are for sale, but whatever. Actually releasing a lot of game improvement features. I think you'd see a lot more people happily swiping ye old credit card and whipping out their Gengar wallets because everybody out there has a Gengar wallet. Because all of you are nerds. Deal with it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, as always, I do ask you to do simple things. Like it. It's the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already and share it out. I'll try to make myself available to anybody that I can. Obviously, that could be difficult, but that's what the comments are for. That's what Discord's for. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all those places. And hopefully these updates and these comm chests that we're supposed to be getting are good. We'll go from there. And one last thing to wrap you up here. We'll throw it on the screen. Event update. Sarah's Invasion was supposed to begin today, but beyond that, Wednesday, tomorrow, you're going to have Mirror Upgrade SLB. We assume is still going to be running. That has not been canceled yet. We'll see. And then on Thursday, the 12th, the day that I'm supposed to be driving to Nashville, but also a hurricane's supposed to be driving into Louisiana. We'll see how that goes. We'll be moving up to Forbidden Tech, SMS, and SLB. That was scheduled for week 3. So you need to pay attention to that. That's an update to the calendar. SMS and SLB for Forbidden Tech getting moved up to the end of this week. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you in the next Star Trek Fleet Command video. Appreciate every single one of you. And I'm out. Wow. I don't know why I needed sound effects. It's just me.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.